Madden football is the home of the Super Bowl, and this historic matchup is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Rams and the Broncos, and it comes your way next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. We count down the kickoff in what should be an epic one here, as it'll be the AFC champion Denver Broncos taking on the NFC champions, the Los Angeles Rams. And hello again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, we look at this Bronco team. They've certainly found their groove of late, winners of 5 in a row.
And I think the sky's the limit for this team. They're playing the best football that they've played in a long time.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Rams, they come in on a pretty good roll here, winners of 3 straight. Fortnight of Super Bowl week is over, and away we go in Super Bowl 58. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the man who proclaims to be from a whole pack of Badgers. Came into the league back in 2012, Russell Wilson.
And no doubt he's living out a dream right now. He's had dating back to his first days of playing football as a kid. But he certainly can't get lost in the moment right now. There's still a Super Bowl to be played, and his offense, they're looking to him to be their leader. You can take it all in when it's over. Right now, you got the biggest game of your life to win.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. Nowhere to go that time. Start up to the 25. On 2nd and 9, Wilson. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ernest Jones, and they will take over at the 29-yard line.
Man, I wonder if someone's down there checking on the head coach right now, because he might be in a little bit of shock after what just transpired. Instead of a lengthy opening drive to deal with, his guy stepped up and stole that drive away. Momentum on their side now. How will they attack on offense?
So the Rams in great position here as they get things started. Leading the charge at quarterback, the former Georgia Bulldog, Matthew Stafford.
As we begin the Super Bowl, we're looking at one of the game's most important players. And whether he's the centerpiece of the offense or taking a backseat to his teammates, offenses always look to the quarterback to be a leader in moments like this. He's got to be that calm, composed pillar out there who stays level-headed and keeps everyone focused on the task at hand.
They'll run on first down with Akers. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Stafford. That's caught left side. It's Higbee, the tight end. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. On 1st and 10, Stafford. Throw left side, complete to Cup. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
A chance for the first score of this Super Bowl. Here's 1st and goal. Stafford now to throw. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Stafford going to give this to Akers. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. A big one here early in this Super Bowl. It's 3rd and goal. Now it's Stafford. That is knocked away and incomplete, but a penalty flag. In the backfield, this might be a roughing call.
Defense.
So instead fake it at Stafford. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, LA. With a first touchdown of this Super Bowl and a long one at that. And the Rams are on the board first here in this Super Bowl. That's just how they drew it up. Cairo Santos on to try the extra point. It's up, it's good, and the Rams take a 7-0 lead. So the drive there took 6 plays. And the result for the Rams... Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. To throw is Wilson. Throw right side is going to be caught by Judy. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. And they'll run the option on 3rd and short yardage. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. This Super Bowl, of course, just a huge look for this head coach. The first time he's walked the sidelines in a game of this magnitude. And you know, I might normally ask the cliche, what's going through his mind right now? But maybe the better question, CD, what do you think are the pitfalls of being a first-time head coach in this game?
Well, you know it's something that he thought about, Brandon, and he had to. And he was thinking about it long before he got to this stage. As the season progressed and he saw that his team was good, if he was smart, he started to make plans right then and there. Reach out to other coaches who have been there before.
Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
Wilson's throw here into the hands of the receiver, Judy. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. On 3rd down, Wilson. Right back to Judy, and it's complete. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be 4th and short.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. They'll begin on the ground with Akers. And they'll get to him quickly here as he'll get a yard, just a yard to the 22. On 2nd and 9, Stafford. That'll be caught by Cup.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
And he is going to have a Rams 1st down, maybe by about a yard as they find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up 1st downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now Stafford. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. From the 38, Stafford. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Stafford. That's into the hands of Akers, complete. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 44-yard line. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a 1st down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 44-yard line. A give up the middle to Akers. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Going right back to Akers. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
They'll go with Akers here up the middle. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this 1st quarter. That brings us to the end of one in Super Bowl 58. Much more to come from Las Vegas after this. 7-0 is our score. We'll return after this message. You're watching the NFL, and it's right here on EA Sports. Well, welcome back to the date on the calendar we circle every year. Super Bowl Sunday. Brandon Garden, Charles Davis here with you as we get set to begin quarter 2. Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Robinson. And he is going to have a Rams 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field defensively. Make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
On the handoff, it's Akers. It was DJ Jones who was there for the tackle. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. To throw is Stafford. eluding the pressure right. They'll get this to Akers out of the backfield. The offense on third down tonight, a perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. A shotgun snap for Stafford. Akers back-to-back catches. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 5 yards, not enough. And it'll be 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
So on comes Cairo Santos now for the field goal try. A 33-yarder from the left hash. Santos' kick is up and through, and that will extend their lead even further. So another scoring drive there, Charles, and an early 2-score lead.
You'd like the 6 there, partner, but you'll take the 3, and I think they have to be happy by the way they moved the ball in these first 2 drives. They have to feel good about their opportunities the rest of the game.
Taken in at the 3. And he returns this to the 22. And Denver getting set to take the field. Nothing for him yet from an offensive standpoint. Down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. Wilson. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. They run the counter. Hawkins. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
The Rams calling on their nickel set here defensively for 3rd down. Here's Wilson to throw. A pass for Sutton is intercepted. And he will bring it back. It's an interception return for a Rams touchdown. Well, this defense, they've been terrific all year, and they come through with a pick 6 here on the game's biggest stage.
Perfect descriptor there because we have seen this time and time again. This defense, the ability to take the ball away from teams, they definitely have a nose for the football, and it pays off again on that play.
Santos now to add the PAT. He's got it, and it's 17-0. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. Throwing is Wilson. And the Rams got it. They bring him down. Looks like a 9-yard loss. And it also brings up 4th. This offense continues to shoot themselves in the foot. And here, another sack.
All game long, we've seen missed assignments, which have led to turnovers, sacks. This group has not played well at all here in the first half.
The Broncos send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Bulldozes past him. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And out will come the offense as they take over. Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10. On their side of midfield at the 47. He starts with a give to Akers. And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. Gain of just 1. On 2nd and 9. Stafford. They'll get this one to Cup, complete. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you can just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. On 1st down, Stafford here. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Stafford. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Eric Rowe. The 30. 10, 5, and he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. Boy, a big play right there. I mean, a touchdown on this drive could have really put some separation on the scoreboard. Instead, it's the defense who scores. And, partner, we got a game again.
And we do have one because of what you just described, a defense that understood what was going on in this game and did something about it. They knew their offense needed some help. They just provided it. They're back in this one.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that'll cut the lead to 17-7. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. Stafford here coming off his pick 6. He'll get this into the hands of Van Jefferson. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. 2 minutes on the clock in the 2nd quarter of this Super Bowl. Throwing again on 2nd down. Stafford. And he'll get nothing out of that one. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st. Off the fake to Akers. Here's Stafford. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Tommy Townsend on to punt. It'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8. And the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10. Now Wilson on 1st down. Man open. He's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. Hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down. To throw on 2nd and 10, Wilson. Got an open man here, and it's K.J. Hamler. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 31-yard line. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. And it's intercepted at the goal line. A.J. Boye with a pick. And the Rams are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Well, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception.
Well, the Rams going to take over late in this first half. And just inside of a minute left, Charles. They got a pretty long field ahead of them. I'm curious to see how they play this, but you would think definitely enough time to at least try to get 3 out of this.
Yeah, you want to move with a nice sense of pace. You want to up the tempo a little bit, but you have to do it with some poise as well. You don't want to go so fast that you hurry yourself into mistakes. There's enough time to put points on the board if they do it right.
And even though they have the lead, you know that they would love to extend this lead before heading to the locker room. Now Stafford. That's caught left side. It's Higbee, the tight end. Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be second down.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up second and 4.
From the gun, here's Stafford. Looking underneath, he's got Akers. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. The Rams going to be forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Stafford on first down. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
It leads to second and 10.
Here's a run with Akers on second down. So we've reached halftime here in the Super Bowl. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. What a season this has been. Hard to believe it ends tonight, as we'll get back to you guys for the second half of this Super Bowl in just a moment. On now to a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Rams. And even though they've got the big cushion, I would imagine they'd like to see a little more out of their passing game. Pretty pedestrian numbers through 2 quarters of play. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, they did not have quite the same amount of success in the passing game that their counterparts did, as you get a look at the numbers there.
All right, Coach, thank you very much. As we welcome you back for quarter number 3. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes the return. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Rams offense ready to begin quarter number 3. And I would imagine this is where you have to take stock of the situation, CD, and say, gosh, we're halfway to the Lombardi Trophy. Let's not slow down now.
And I like the way you went there. Let's not slow down now, because the first half certainly went their way. And I would expect them to continue with that type of a game plan. But you're right. You do think back to Super Bowl 54. 49ers had a double-digit lead in the 4th quarter, couldn't hold on. So plenty can still happen.
They'll fake it. Now Stafford sliding out of the pocket. And he'll just get rid of it. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
He was covered by Patrick Surtain.
Here's Stafford. And he comes back with one complete. A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down.
That's a gain of 7.
Now it's Stafford.
And 3.
They'll set up the screen here to Akers. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. A pair of first downs gives him a 1st and 10 up at the 44. On the counter, this is Akers. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd.
They'll go again here with Akers. They'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. 7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. On 3rd down, here's a run by Akers. And they'll stop him right on the midfield stripe. A gain of 2, just like we saw on 1st and 2nd down as well. Deuce is wild. Here comes the Rams punter now. They'll boot it away from about his 35. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
Now a handoff up the middle. Manning, and that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
A third down now, and those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. Up the middle they go. It's Hawkins, and this one will be taken up. They'll spot it right at the 7. It's a 6-yard gain, and it leaves them looking at a 4th down. The Broncos send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. And the Rams getting set to go now. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. On 2nd and 11 now. Stafford. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
It's a gain of 6. Brings up third.
Out of the gun, Stafford. That's complete to Robinson. And he is going to have a Rams first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5.
That's good for Rams. First down. 1st and 10.
On the give, this is Akers. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Stafford, throw left side, complete to Kupp. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
That's a gain of 8. Brings up
Off of play action, here's Stafford. To the right side and complete to Jefferson. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
a gain of 9 yards. And the Rams first down.
From the red zone now, Stafford gets this into the hands of the tight end Higbee. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
They'll run here with Akers. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4.
Akers. A 5-yard gain on the play. That's another.
And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line.
Brought down at the 2-yard line. It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd.
They'll look to run with Akers. And he takes it across for a Rams touchdown. Cam Akers taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Rams will extend their 3rd quarter lead here in this Super Bowl. Santos with the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this 3rd quarter. We are through 3 quarters of play here from Allegiant Stadium in Super Bowl 58. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. Getting in there and knocking that pass down was Ernest Jones.
It's now 2nd and 10.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Here's Wilson. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7. The Broncos on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. To throw is Wilson. This is complete to Hawkins. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. The pickup there, 5 yards.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Wilson. He finds his man, complete. It's Hawkins. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and it'll be second down.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
Now it's Wilson. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked by Jared Wilson. And the Rams are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. This spot in the 4th quarter with that deficit had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
On first down, they'll start out with Akers. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now a run with Akers. And 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him with 3rd and about 6 yards to go. Now Stafford. And able to find Higbee. It's complete. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there. Here's Akers. And he'll take this ahead for about... They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. They'll get this to Hamler over the middle.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
So it was already a gain on the completion, but tack on some more with that penalty.
Absolutely. No matter what angle you're making the tackle from, you can't grab the face mask, and that's just putting your defense on its heels just a little bit more.
Forced out to his left. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. From midfield now, here's Wilson. Open man here is Conklin. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up
Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. And this pass broken up. But the contact well timed there, and now 4th down. Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. To throw again is Wilson. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Wilson, he finds his man, complete. That's Hawkins. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. They go play action now. Wilson. Working the sideline here. Did he get the feet in? Yes, they say that he did. Nice job tapping both of them down. From the red zone now, here's Wilson on 1st down. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
It's 2nd down and 10.
On on second down. It's Hawkins. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. They're going on fourth down. It's Wilson. And this one is incomplete. The Broncos unable to convert here on fourth. And the Rams are going to take possession of the turnover on downs. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he'll get about 6 up to the 27-yard line.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
Trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. After the interception, here's Wilson. He's got it. So they convert the 2 that keeps their slim hopes alive as we're back to a 2-score game. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
They'll run this with Akers.
And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
From the shotgun, here's a give to Akers.
Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. This to make it a 3-score game late. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And this will stay a 2-score game at 16. Now this one now not over yet, Charles. You've got a sliver of hope on that other sideline.
You certainly do, because that would have made it a 3-score game, and that probably would have been curtains at that point. But now if they can get down the field quickly and somehow get the ball back one more time, we may have a different ball game.
13 yards on the play.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Flush to his right.
Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy.
And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. So now then the penalty's got him set up with a first and goal. Now Wilson. Flushed out right. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out.
Illegal touching. Offense.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's second and goal now. Wilson. Open man, and again it's Sutton. Touchdown! Cortland Sutton from 6 yards away.
And the Broncos are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
Well, they knew a lot of steps had to happen here. They got step one, the touchdown. You need a two-point conversion here, don't you?
You do, and as you continue to look ahead, if you're able to get that, somehow get the ball back and get another score, they have to go for two again. That's why teams are practicing multiple two-point plays.
We saw that in Super Bowl 51 with the Patriots getting a pair of big two-point conversions. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. A very pivotal two-point try that does not go their way. Now it's a big uphill battle for the rest of the fourth quarter.
The attempt was to try and make it a one-score game, right? Touchdown, get two, and now you've tied it up. Instead, they don't get it. It's still down 10.
Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
The Rams have won the Super Bowl, and they will get the Lombardi Trophy. For the victors getting to hoist that Lombardi Trophy, you know, we've talked to guys that have done it, and they say there's no better feeling in sports.
I don't know how there can be. The journey to get to this game is incredible. And then to finally break through and win it when all eyes are on this game alone because there's nothing else going on, that's just got to be absolutely amazing. The task, incredible. But the accomplishment, forever.